passing by, you might hear some gunshots. It's a clay sporting club. Gunshots, that's what it is. It's people shooting at the clay pigeons. You also might hear some construction equipment. That's an active working quarry. That's not too far off the trail here. The wall there is to provide protection. Up here is an old ruined blacksmith shop right there. Conductor's office, or what was the conductor's office. Over yonder is where that quarry is. Behind there, that you might hear the machinery. This was the section house right here. They used to keep equipment and stuff in it. And straight ahead is what's left of the old water tower. The top's missing. All that's left is just the base now. See, it's the base of the water tower. So this is what you'll kind of see along the trail. Little remnants of the railroad history. I just looped my chain today. It's like been the first time since I had Gus. And it's been about over 1,300 miles. And I was like, wow, you know, they recommend doing it 100 miles. Up and around the area we're in right now, there's no further evidence of it, but there used to be a home that was here during the French and Indian War that was known as Fort Deschler. He had built it so that it offered a defense against Indian raids. He had a water supply inside the home, so they wouldn't have to go out and fetch water. And he had gun ports mounted that would allow cover in the event of attack without exposing themselves. And local neighbors would come there for safety in the event of one of these Native American attacks that apparently were very common during the French and Indian War in this parts, which was a wilderness. Now this trail does a loop. I always choose to go to the left. Most people tend to go to the right. But here is what's known as the kilns. They have not been operational for many, many years. They were shut down really at the turn of the century. I always say it reminds me of something out of Harry Potter. And time is taking its course. You could see that we have some vegetation growing out of the buildings, and some of the brickwork is coming down. They're doing their best to keep it. It's a reflection of the industrialization of the Lehigh Valley in the 19th and early 20th centuries. As I was saying, you're going to find all sorts of relics. A lot of interesting things along this trail. You can see what's left of some of these tracks right here. You see there's trees growing in between the rails. Now sometimes you can find on the sides when these were manufactured, the dates and so forth. I'm not seeing any. Yeah, I'm not seeing really any. I'd be curious to know when these were made. Gus just fell over. Every time I come on this trail, something happens. Broke a mirror. Fantastic. I probably just lost the mirror, and I'm going to have to go out and replace that now. And if I'm lucky, maybe 5, 10, 15 people even see this video. So yeah, I'm a little peeved that happened. And every time I come out on this trail, This is like the second or third time I've had the bike fall over. It's like a Jinx trail for me. So luckily that's all that broke. I'm gonna have to pull that out somehow and get myself another mirror, because I cannot survive riding without a mirror. This way, you know, I know who's coming behind me. So for the rest of the ride, I'm gonna basically be going blind, not knowing if anybody's behind me or coming up on me or what. But I'm not gonna dismount anymore. If I see anything further that I think might interest you, I will be shooting it from the bike. It was really pretty in here, really shady, nice and cool. You know, Ironton, for some reason, puts the kickstand almost way to the back of the bike. And I think that's not a really good place to put the kickstand. It should have been forward a little more, support the weight of the bicycle, because the bike is heavy. And what happens then is, you know, if a slight breeze comes up, and I tighten that, so it's not like it's loose or anything, or maybe it's not on even ground, but this bike has taken more than one fall because of the kickstand and nothing else. So I think they want to rethink the kickstand on future models. That was my train impression going through the tunnel. I know, don't give up the day job, right? Well, I don't even have one of them. Oh, the bird just flew free. Man. Oh, wow. I thought this was supposed to be relaxing. Ooh, there comes a squirrel out. You got to be careful with the wildlife, though. A little squirrel, see, and then they get confused. They don't know whether they go right or go left. Here they seem to have outlined everything that they deem to be something that could potentially be a crack or a bump or a rise. I will say the one thing about sitting on a saddle for a while, you get a numbing feeling. Generally around the 10-mile mark is when it becomes problematic. You can really figure something out. I went and upgraded the seat. That helped a little bit as far as, you know, more cushioning and a saddle seat that was a little wider, but it hasn't eliminated the comfort issue. I don't know why they just can't make bike seats that are comfortable. Motorists here, generally, when you're crossing the streets, a lot of them are very respectful. They'll stop and let you cross. You know, that's really nice. You got to give them credit for that. Here's something I didn't get for you guys. It's the remains of an old trestle bridge. I don't think they use that line anymore. It runs under the trail, and there's some type of trail over there. I mean, I couldn't ride my bike on it. Maybe a mountain bike could ride it. I don't know where it goes to. Very quiet out here. Very quiet. Figured out what this is. This was where the other set of tracks were laid. And you know how I know? Wherever you see those kind of poles, you know that there was at one time a rail line. You see how they go right in line? So this was a set of tracks at one time. Came through here. Yeah, see the poles keep going. So this was a set of tracks. There were rails that were here at one time. Really nice back through here. A lot of woods. You could probably hike it, I'm guessing. Or if you had, as I said, a mountain bike. I wouldn't dare attempt to take Gus down on this. You could see how it's all muddy. Might be a nice hike one day. See what's up ahead, what's down there, where it goes to. We're gonna get back on the bike, and anything else comes up that I think is worth showing, I'll check back in, so don't go away. Water tower, or at least that's the base of it. The top is missing. Up here they have a picture of it. Come over and get a look at it. That's the top right there that's missing. And that's what you're looking at right now, is the concrete base. It was the Ormond Water Tower. It was built at Ormond in 1922 and scrapped in 1946. So this is engine number 33 pictured here. It was built in 1898, was in service by the Ironton Railroad from 1923 to 1947. Next to the water tower, there are 3 foundations remaining: the conductor's office, the blacksmith shop, and the railroad section house. I think I showed you that at the beginning, but there you see is what remains of those structures. That's the blacksmith shop, section house, and the furthest one down there was the conductor's office. Buddy, this is the end of the trail. I'm here with the Dragon Cement Company Incorporated #1 locomotive. It was a nice ride. The only exception was the Ironton Railroad or Rail Trail. Jinx got me again. The bike toppled over while I was off of it, and my mirror broke. So there's been 2 other times I've been on this where I've had some kind of mishap where I've had to repair the bike or buy a replacement part. But anyway, that's it for today. That's it for today's adventure. Today was a biking adventure. As I said, if you're new to my channel, it's a variety channel. You'll find me on trails, hiking trails, rail trails, bicycle. You'll find me in a car. You'll find me traveling. You'll find me at historic sites. You'll find me in antique stores. You will find me just about everywhere and anywhere. If there's something that I think worth filming, I'm going to film it, guarantee it. So if that appeals to you, think about subscribing to the channel. All right, everyone, I appreciate it. To all the new subscribers, thank you. To all the old subscribers, I appreciate you. And this is All Things T-Cat signing off from the Ironton Rail Trail. We'll see you real soon with another video. Bye-bye.